Yes, I'm live. Get my hand out to adjust this. You all coming in. Let me get my platforms loaded up.
Oh, you already started?
Uh-huh. I'm going to go live because I was live streaming earlier, and I just really, it was going all over the place because this MD doctor, he may log on. He was on my YouTube, and he was college, but people were let me share this. People were asking questions about credit, and so it was a little difficult to answer those questions as well. So as you're coming in, hit like, book, and if you're coming in, Periscope gives a hearts, and YouTube gives the thumbs up. Now this is not going to be long. It's not about credit. I'm really trying to see if the MD doctor would back on YouTube, right, to discuss this. Trying to see Nigeria has a case, or say someone on. Well, we have to know too. Hello. And we have to know too that there are Asians, a lot of Asians in Africa, right? So I guess my post or my caption should have been why there are no Africans, or because there are a lot of Asians and Chinese people in Africa as well, right? Okay, someone on my Periscope said he's in, I can't even pronounce that, nothing here. But I'm going to show you a report. And some of the things that this doctor mentioned while I was live streaming made a lot of sense, because I think a lot of African Americans really joke around about that Blacks cannot get the corona virus. Thank you for the digital love on Facebook. And some of his truth, or some of his comments that he made on my last live video on YouTube, I began to research and do my due diligence. And so with that being said, yeah, how do you pronounce that? Let's share this video. Trying to share this on my, give me 1 second to share this on Facebook. Give me 1 second. Okay, so I shared it on my timeline. So let me go into this real quick. So, Kayla, you want to come on and say what you were saying about the iPhone 11 Pro? Because my daughter works at Verizon, and so thank you so much on YouTube. What were you saying about the 11 Pro phone, cell phone? Okay. So with that being said, she's going to say some things about the 11 Pro cell phone. But the doctor, the MD, was explaining on my YouTube video that it's in connection with the 5G, and it's an oxygenated, they have these new 5G speed, or cell phone wireless. Is it called speed, Kayla, or the 5G network?
The 5G or the phone?
The 5G itself.
It's It's like 4G in it.
So it's just a quicker speed.
It's in it, yeah. It's like it's still in 5th generation, the 5th generation.
Okay, so 5th generation speed, quicker speed, oxygenated way this virus, or he said it's not even called a virus, but the corona is received, but something about the protein in our lung development of Africans or blacks and the reason why no blacks have been diagnosed. He even went on to say that he's in China, no mask, defending this or this disease, and something about peroxide oxygen, because it's the purest form of oxygen that can really help combat it, right? And so it was some things that he brought out that I want to share. I really looked at the video clips. And, just to put this quick message out here, sometimes it's best not to make a mockery of things that we don't understand, because, there were people doing their research and said that it was fake news that Africans are black or blacks, right? Because of our cellular makeup cannot get the corona. And he says it's not a virus. So I just like to state it and call it as corona. So what? There are conform. Yeah, there might be in Nigeria, because you have to understand too that there are a lot of Chinese and Asians in Africa, in Nigeria. But it's no conform case that Africans or anyone of black descent, of my knowledge, has it on Periscope. It's from the 5G network. That's how they can control it. Yes, it's something with oxygenated transferable. And I couldn't read all of his comments because people were asking me about credit, the doctor, and everything. And so, yeah. But whatever the makeup, and I'm not trying to be an expert of this, I did do my research and due diligence. So these are some videos. It's a digital virus. Okay. Thank you, Periscope.
I forget. And I had to do a test today at work. And it was about 5G network. And I read like a week ago, the first case like somebody died from in Washington. Mm-hmm. And they had just got 5G
in Washington. And she said they had just got 5G.
Because it's only in Sacramento, Los Angeles.
Los Angeles. Oh, the 5G networks are only in Sacramento, Los Angeles, Chicago.
Parts of Chicago, Atlanta, Memphis, Nashville.
Where they have the 5G now?
Yeah.
So, okay, they said it's not airborne, it's 5G born. And someone on my Periscope said they are from Chicago. Mexico doesn't have any confirmed cases. Okay, Periscope. Right. And so, yeah, I think a lot of African Americans took it as a joke or a mockery when, I don't want to even say it's a joke or a mockery, right? They just thought it was fake news, but it's actually accurate. So let me reverse my screen. This video clip, I think this is the one I want to show. Let me show that one. And someone said they are spraying, they have been spraying the skies. And let me say this about spraying the skies. Someone on my Facebook page posted a video of an airplane spraying the skies. And it said, watch when I tell you it's going to rain soon. And that's exactly what happened. It rained the very next day. And I'm not saying that every time, it rains, that's the cause of it. But I'm going to show you all, I'm going to turn my screens and we're going to look at chemical trails. Okay, Periscope. Great. I analyzed data, and most of those virus is in mainland China. Exactly. So even if you find it no, it's not ridiculous. I'm going to show you. Someone on Periscope says ridiculous to think that. It's not ridiculous. I know, you sometimes we want, I'm going to show you why it's not ridiculous. I'm going to show you why it's not ridiculous to think that. So let me turn these screens around. Okay, the 5G was launched in. I have someone on Periscope that seems to be very, very knowledgeable about this. So let me turn these screens around and we're going to show the video and you can be the judge for yourself. So hold on for 1 minute. Okay. So if I eat something spoiled and get sick, somebody proposed and got us sick. You know what? This is a video that you just. I'm not even going to comment to kind of the statements that people that probably are naive or have naive thinking want to make about it. But you just watch the video of what I will be showing. You turn around on YouTube and you be the judge for yourself. So, it's probably something you haven't watched. And you be the judge for yourself.
This is the new coronavirus. It's the first kind of virus. It's the first one and poses a serious threat to the public health. So we need time to recognize the virus, to isolate the virus, and develop the vaccine.
Oh, this is not. Let me start from the beginning.
Scientists are racing to find a vaccine as China's death toll from the coronavirus continues to climb. Africa is so far the only continent without any confirmed cases.
Okay, so she stated that Africa so far is the only continent without any confirmed cases. So let me play this again because it's not very loud and volume.
Well, scientists are racing to find a vaccine as China's death toll from the coronavirus continues to climb. Africa is so far the only continent without any confirmed cases. 𝒤𝒽𝓄's 𝒤𝓽𝓄 tells us more.
Chinese scientists are working around the clock to find a vaccine for the relentless coronavirus, which continues to claim lives. The Chinese embassy in South Africa updated journalists in Pretoria on the progress.
This epidemic is so unexpected and up to now it's unknown virus. So this is the new coronavirus. This kind of virus is the first one to infect the humankind and poses a serious threat to the public health. So we need time to recognize the virus, to isolate the virus, and develop the vaccine and medicine to deal with it.
Africa is so far the only continent to escape.
Okay, so I see Mr. MD. He's saying it's not a virus. He's joined on YouTube. Mr. MD, I know you're saying it's not a virus, and I get that. So what is the exact medical terminology for it? Can I add you on Snap or somewhere? You can follow me on my YouTube channel on Periscope under Queen of Credit. I'm not on Snap, or you can follow me on Facebook on Periscope. So Mr. MD is live on YouTube. He's saying it's not a virus, which I understand. So, but what is exactly the technical or the medical name or term for it? Mr. MD, I'm waiting on him to respond. So this is also Mr. MD. I found this video, thought it was very profound that the immortal life of Henrietta Lacks. It did have Oprah Winfrey in it. I've never seen it before. So let's watch this clip and what this entails.
For years, it seemed like a dream. About our mother, could this be true? But you don't understand this. We know nothing about nothing.
Scientists have been trying to get cells to grow outside of the human body, but they would always die. Until Henrietta's cells came along.
I want to write a book about your mother.
𝒞𝓄𝓃, that's my mother. Hope I don't regret this.
Everyone's saying Henrietta Lacks donated themselves. She didn't donate nothing. They took them and didn't ask.
The hospital is guilty and somebody's going to pay.
God wanna have a disease cure, he provided one for himself.
Truth!
I don't know, Rebecca.
I'm not doing anything behind your back. Henrietta helped develop the AIDS cocktail. Chemotherapy treatments.
It's hard not to get caught up in hope when you've been powerless for so long. I know I'm a part of you. You're a part of me.
All right, so let me turn the cameras back around. Thank you so much, Periscope, for putting that link in. But that's just the information I wanted to share. So I'm sorry for having my hand in the camera on Periscope. So I'm definitely going to look into buying and renting that movie about Oprah Winfrey, and even seeing that. Seeing Oprah playing that part in that movie, excuse me, I got this, gave me a different viewpoint and perspective of her, especially with the one that came from, it was Unleashed. Well, if you're on Periscope, someone on Facebook said they wonder where it came from. It was Unleashed. All of a sudden, on Facebook, on Periscope, they're saying it's airborne, and it's from the 5G network, recently released. Thank you so much on YouTube, How to Get an 800 Credit Score LLC just gave me a super chat for $15 on YouTube. Thank you so much, YouTube. Appreciate that super chat. And Mr. MD on YouTube is making a statement. Someone is saying, I know I play with my hair a lot. It's not an airborne virus, or it's not an animal corona, because can animals catch the flu? A lot of people have said a lot of myth that this is an animal coronavirus. So he's also commenting that 5G is disrupting the oxygen molecule. And Mr. MD, I researched what you said about hydrogen peroxide being the purest form of oxygen. It was like 57 cents for a bottle of hydrogen peroxide. And I usually, goggle with it, but I did buy some, just because you said hydrogen peroxide, if consumed, not only will help combat with the coronavirus, that it will also assist and help in HIV and other airborne diseases. That's right, Mr. MD? Are you an epidemiologist on Periscope? No, I'm not. Okay, yeah, it's spreading. How to Build an 800 Credit Score LLC. What's your YouTube channel? I want to make sure that the followers that I have, make sure that they follow you. So pure oxygen peroxide mixed with food grade iron will cure most disease. So on Periscope, you're saying LOL. I'm communicating with the doctor about this now, who's in China. I don't see anything LOL about it. But African American or Black American doctor is in China now. Says he's been there 3 weeks and have no symptoms, no spreading of this disease, but Caucasians and Asians who's been there as little as 3 days are receiving it. So Mr. MD, no, I was saying 800 credit score, the super chat was his. Okay, just click. Thank you. YouTube, make sure you follow, subscribe to his channel, How to Get an 800 Credit Score LLC. He said just click on his name. You can do that. So Mr. MD is also stating, now if it does spread to China, you have to keep in mind that there are a lot of Asians and Chinese people, in Africa, that's in Africa as well, right? So that's it. Just wanted to know that as of date, and my daughter working with Verizon is just stating some things about where the 5G networks have released. And so, just trying to let you all, get you informed that my position on this is to, just inform Blacks or African Americans of this, and also to let people know that this is going to cause one of the biggest economic resets that we've had since the Great Depression, including the FICO 10, which is being released, which is changing, right? The FICO 10 is changing credit scores. 1.4 million Americans' credit scores will drop. So you're looking at an economic reset. You're looking at a Black Swan event. And you're looking at the economy really crashing. So, okay, people are telling me Egypt, Senegal, Tunisia have confirmed cases both in Africa. Keep in mind that there are a lot of China and Asians in these. But I just showed the video where I don't know where you all getting this information. The latest video that I've seen, that there is no confirmed cases on the continent of Africa with coronavirus. Now, that video was aired in January, unless something recently happened. Okay, thank you, Mr. MD. He says it's all about geography, not demographics, right? So, Janelle, hello, Queen. Shows awesome love. We have to get it. Watch you for a while. Oh yes, Janelle, how are you? Yeah, thank you. How to Build Credit TV was just on the channel today. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for your support. So this is just me telling people, informing people that between the corona and credit score crisis that's upcoming, the FICO 10, the changes in the FICO 10, that our economy, some people want to stick their heads in the sand. Some people don't want to face that reality, right? But this global recession is coming. The bubble is about to burst. So you have people that react to it 2 ways, and it's going to include a credit score drop crisis as well. That's all I'm trying to inform you all. The days of getting AU trade lines of thank you, Jesus, for joining in. Corona credit crisis needs to be my topic, as long as they let me go live and say this for the next until the summer hits, June or July, and FICO 10 is adopted by the banks and lenders. And like I said in my previous video, that Robert Kiyosaki, the author of Rich Dad Poor Dad, always says the rich and wealthy get richer and wealthier during recessions. Okay, Periscope said the places that don't have corona cases don't have 5G towers, and to look it up, his people. Do we have 5G towers in Mississippi?
Nope.
No, thank God.
It's in Memphis.
In Memphis. So it's still in northern Mississippi, right? Okay. So no 5G towers in Mississippi, but northern Mississippi as well. So, you know, hey, whatever, some people getting good reception. Some people don't want to hear the truth. And thank you, Bez. I can't pronounce your name on Periscope, but between Mr. MD on YouTube and Periscope, great information that you all help us share. Okay, 5G was first launched in Wuhan, which is
I know AT&T got 5G, but I don't know if it's like ours.
AT&T.
I don't know if they got towers.
If they have towers, they have 5G. And so, you know, and you said the I don't know, Kayla. Some people say it's the 5G in Alabama towers.
It's only in Atlanta.
Only in Atlanta?
It's not all around Georgia.
Okay, specifically Atlanta, but not all around Georgia, she said. So no Alabama. But no known cases of Blacks or African Americans who have it, even if the tower is located within their city or state or area. Yeah, am I right on that? My doctor's on Periscope and YouTube. Oh, I'm talking to them. No. I'm waiting on them to respond. Okay. So even if it's 5G towers in states where there are Blacks or African Americans, have used? That's it. Some people might not believe that FICO 10 would take place this summer, so you just got to wait and see. Some people might not believe that their credit score is going to drop 20 to 40 points and prepare for this recession, but you're going to have to wait and see. And I hate it for the people that's going to be reactive and not proactive. Oh my God, somebody just keep bringing up the point. 5 confirmed cases in Africa. There are Asians in China people in Africa. What we're saying is, and I just showed the video, so maybe you're coming in on the end of the video that was released in January, that as of that day, there were no known coronaviruses on the continent of Africa. Was the only continent. And it's also Asians, thank you, Periscope, in Nigeria. So at this point, if there are Asians in Nigeria that have this corona, there's still no cases of Africans or Blacks that have it. Right? Okay. So that's it. Okay, yeah. Okay, I understand Periscope. All the cases, okay, and where's your homeland, Mr. MD on YouTube? Or he said Italian. And someone says on Periscope for my doctor that some African students in Wuhan got it. I don't know how true that is. And also on Periscope, 0 Blacks. Okay, thank you, Mr. MD. He said 0 Blacks globally have it. And someone on Periscope said there is no cure. There is no cure. So, yeah. So, thank you, Mr. Nixon on YouTube. Thank you so much. Okay. And to my credit and cash flow community, we are how to build credit TV, how to get an 800 credit score. This is going to be such a global disaster, right? there is going to be enough credit repair for everybody. I'm telling you, it's going to hit, and it's going to hit hard. And so, this is going to be a disaster. It's going to be a combination of coronavirus and credit score drop. And I'm just forewarning you, no matter, who you would like to connect with to get your credit, if you are already under a 680 credit score, because I showed on my last live, I wasn't planning on going live tonight, but I showed on my last live how Credit Karma and Experian are already preparing for FICO 10, and they have made updates to their account. Right. Someone on Periscope said, are you pushing fear to get people involved with credit score? That's ignorant. I would never push fear about something that people, that's detrimental to get credit score. I'm telling you that the next thing that's going to hit the economy is the credit score drop. Coronavirus is already doing it. Rick said there have been 2 in Los Angeles that got well from the virus, so there's hope from getting well from it. Okay, Mr. MD says on YouTube, but had medically it been in reverse, like if a Caucasian people would least, then they're glad to support that. Mr. MD, I'm not sure what that statement means. And one of my top fans on YouTube said there are no cases of the virus there either in Alabama. The virus is going to be a disaster. It already is a disaster. The Fed had already cut interest rate. I'm just coming to you all from an economic perspective. If you don't want to hear the truth, you want to bury your head in the sand, and you don't want to know that FICO 10 is coming, then evidently you are not a person that's keeping updated with the news and the updates of the news report. The FICO 10 information came out January of this year. So this is March. So I'm not saying anything new. This was released in the media January of next year. So if you want to learn more about the FICO 10, YouTube have plenty of information. Yes, Mr. MD said, he said that's ignorant for someone to say that I'm using the coronavirus fear, and people better learn how to utilize their credit. So yes, it is a lot of information on Google. It's a lot of information on YouTube. You shouldn't be tied to a credit score. Periscope, that may be true, but this is America. Don't complain about the rules of the game. Just know what to do to play the game and to be successful. So that's it. I'm signing off. Thank you all for joining in. It's time for me to get to my credit. Just want to make that quick update and to show you all. So if you're coming in at the end, you need to watch the beginning of this video, watch the replay. That Henrietta Lack video that I showed with Oprah Winfrey in it, and also the news report from Africa that was released in January, stating that there have been no cases reported, and there are globally now no Blacks reported with this virus. Also, FICO 10T, you're correct on Periscope. They're also a FICO 10T as well. Hey, thank you all so much. As always, I love you, Periscope, YouTube, and Facebook. This is to better credit and cash flow and peace and prosperity. Queen of Credit. And I'm out. You all be safe. Get your credit score up. Take your protective measures. Like Mr. MD said on YouTube, if you having the purest form of oxygen through forms of peroxide, it definitely won't hurt you, right? So if you are somewhere, the 5G networks, then in your towers, you definitely want to at least, look at getting a 57 or 60-cent bottle of oxygen peroxide, right? Someone says to Google it, look up, and oh my God, I keep having people put on here, the virus is in Nigeria. If it is, I promise you, no Black person globally has it. There are plenty of Chinese and Asians. As a matter of fact, there are a lot of Chinese that were marrying Africans, right? Because China and Africa, let's have an economic lesson, have been making strong negotiations. As I've said before, China was supposed to be the #1 top economy for 2021. And a lot of Africans in China were even getting married to have possession of some land in Africa, as China was on pace to be the top economy. And they were joining forces with Africa, marrying African women, moving into their villages for the precious metals and the rich and commodities that Africa have. So again, if there are some recent updates that this is in Nigeria, which I have not did my research to found it to be true, but if it is, I can rest assured that it's probably some Asians, if that's true. Now, I have people saying that it's not in Nigeria because there's no 5G towers there. But if it is, maybe it was someone that transported there. I don't know. It's not effect of the 5G towers there. So, okay, just want to bring that to you. Get your credit and cash flow up. I've been trying to sign off for this topic. Okay. Okay, he said H2O2, hydrogen peroxide, is even listed on disinfected bottles. It's a great comeback. Also, what was I going to say? The first worker, Amazon, was tested positive for the coronavirus. Also, in California, there was a death as a coronavirus. So, okay, it's disinfected, H2O2. So yeah, I got my bottles of hydrogen peroxide just on the health side because I didn't know all of the health benefits of hydrogen peroxide, right? So hey, I'm signing off for the second or third time. Thank you all so much for tuning in. You too, do me a favor, hit the thumbs up, right? Hit the thumbs up. It's for free. And thanks so much again, 800 Credit Score LLC, for tuning in. Mike Trenton says, well, even if he is trolling, I see nothing in his information that seems to be inaccurate. Thank you for the digital love, Periscope. I see nothing that he's saying that's harming people. He's only trying to help, and it's, really logical information, right? So, okay, I think they just hit. Charles Hill. Oh, the comments keep coming on. I'm trying to log off. Charles Hill on YouTube is stating, ozone is O3, the same way oxygen is exposed, metal rust, and decompose. That is the same way a virus decomposes and break down. They sell various types of ozone generations online. Okay. Sometimes this topic of such discussion goes way over my head when my medical doctors join in and they talk about it, but I'm learning that Oprah Winfrey documentary, I will buy that movie. I've never heard of it. So again, if you all didn't see that, watch the beginning of this. When I played that for the people that's coming in late on the tail end of that story, that's not, it's by Oprah. And I think that was a great thing with her, especially with the backlash that she's gotten from the Gayle King and the Kobe Bryant incident, right? So watch the I had to Henrietta Lack, HenRieTTA, HenRieTTA, Lack, LACK. And also you can watch the beginning of this video of the announcement that Africa was the only continent that had no cases. Now, this was in January, February, but I can rest assure you, if they do have cases, it's not from Blacks or Africans. So, hey, I'm signing off for the 5th time. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you, Mr. MD. He said your channel will always do good because you're not afraid of questions. Thank you. Thank you. No, I'm not afraid of questions. If I don't know the answers, I have experts like you. But let me say this. See, what you ought to understand, I'm also a basketball coach and a teacher. And I understand the concept of teamwork. I don't try to know all the answers. And that's something that Robert Kiyosaki teaches as well. I'm a big advocate of Robert Kiyosaki when it comes to financial education, financial health. He teaches, if you want to be great financially, always have a team, right? That's why I promote How to Build Your Credit TV. I'm not trying to be the queen of credit cards. I'm the queen of, I'm in my lane. And the things that I know a little bit about, I discuss. And when I have people that are experts on, that's in their medical field and they know what they're saying, then I transfer to my followers, right? Because what people don't understand in the Bible, when it says, beloved, I wish above all things that you prosper and be in health, even as your soul prosper. Your soul is your mind, your will, and your emotions. Your mind, your intellect, your emotions, right? And it wants you to be in health, right? And prosper. See, if health is a form of prosperity, but it's not just prosperity. So it's a form of prosperity. It's good to be in health, but it says to prosper and be in health. And so they are not the same. That scripture was not the same. So that's my will for everyone that follows me. And I know people would like for me to just stay in the credit space, but I want my not only to uplift people financially, but mentally, emotional, spiritually, right? And, and in health, right? And in health. So I'm signing off. Okay. Someone on my YouTube, every time I try to sign off, I get more great comments. They said, long ago, a Mississippi doctor was fired for using an ozone generation to cure people and not treat them. The medical director broke out of ozone generation in the hospital. Ozone generator. Okay, that's something I have to Google. And some other person comment on YouTube. I saw 𝒞𝓄 speak about 𝒞𝓄 speak about Blacks and the coronavirus back in early February, right? So, yeah. So do your own due diligence. Never just take, someone's opinion or someone's, whether it's not opinion, but their medical research. I won't even say this opinion, medical research. Do your own due diligence. Take yourself and, if oxygenated H2O2 peroxide will help you, then, hey, it certainly can't harm you. So with that being said, just letting you know about some academic things that will happen with the economy, and the coronavirus and the credit score changes are two of them, right? And okay, they're getting way deep on my YouTube now, so I don't know. It said, yeah. Okay, and so, hey, that's it. I'm signing off, Queen of Credit, and now for me to get back to credit restoration and repair. You all have a wonderful, wonderful night and be safe.